Here are the 3 best XP farms for Minecraft Bedrock Edition. The first one is an insanely fast Armadillo XP farm. And now you can build this farm wherever you want to, however we will need some of these guys right here to build the farm, and they will only spawn in savannas and badlands, so this is where I recommend building the farm. And in order to do that, the first thing that you want to do is to place down 5 blocks, and you want to place some more blocks so you have a 5x5 square that is empty in the middle. Then you want to place 1 water bucket in this position and 1 in the other corner to create a nice water stream. As the next step, you want to take some glass blocks or other blocks, you can use any kinds of blocks that you want for this build, and you want to expand these 3 sides right here, 5 more blocks into the air and leave open the front side. We will put that wall in later, but as the next step what you want to do is to place a temporal block in this position, so at the second block height. Then you want to place a spruce or other trapdoor right in the middle, right here at the upper side, and you want to remove the temporal block. On top of the trapdoor, place yourself some sand and a cactus on top, and then another temporal block on top of our cactus. All the way around the solid temporal block, what you want to do is to place some upper slabs, and then you want to place another block on top with another few slabs. Now after you did that, you want to remove this block right here again and replace it with a trapdoor, and then you want to remove the other block again, and our setup should be looking something like this. You have a layer of slabs, the trapdoor, and the other layer of slabs. All the slabs are upper slabs. This is the point where you want to put in your final wall, and you have a nice cage. As the next step, you want to remove this exact block at the back side of the farm and replace it with a dispenser facing inwards. Now you can go ahead, take yourself some solid blocks and put a solid roof on top of the entire thing. But you want to make sure to leave out the middle block, because this right here on top of the trapdoor is where we want to get ourselves some armadillos. As you can see, here we got some, and if you want to lure them towards your farm, you can use some spider eyes and they will follow you. You could also use a boat if you want to. When they are right next to your farm, I recommend having a staircase right at the side of the farm, then take your spider eye again and lure them all the way up your staircase. Now when I say them, I recommend having at least 2 armadillos in this farm, but I recommend 4, they are easy to find once you are in a savanna. Now that we got the armadillos, we want to put a piston in this exact spot facing downwards. Now you want to stack up 4 blocks right next to the hole, and then you want to place a regular piston at the top facing downwards. Below you want to place a sticky piston, then grab yourself a lever and place it at the top piston. You want to flick it 2 times, place a block in between and flick it another 2 times, then place another block and flick it 2 more times, and then you can already remove the entire construction because your piston is where it should be. Next you want to stack 1, 2, 3 blocks up right here, and you want to remove the 2 lower ones of them. Then you want to place 2 more blocks right here and also 3 more blocks in these positions. Underneath of this platform we want to have a zombie, and so we have to wait until it is midnight. Then you can lure a zombie up your staircase. You want to name it using a named name tag, and you also want to have the zombie in a boat. Next up, remove the staircase again, and next we want to place in some redstone. In order to do so, go to the front side, place a lever in this position, and 5 redstone dust all the way from one end to the other, which will also connect our dispenser. Then go down, and you want to actually place some walls in front of these 3 blocks, and you want to remove the 3 solid blocks that are behind. And now after I destroyed the 3rd one, what you want to do next is to place trapdoors on top, but not this way, but the other way around, so they open towards this side. Do this for all 3 trapdoors, and actually don't open them, close them again. And you want to place some upper trapdoors in these 3 positions. You want to close them, and you want to take 3 tridents and you want to throw them against these 3 trapdoors, then open them, and you can remove the trapdoors again. Now as the next step, you want to take some solid blocks and place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them in these positions. Then place a lever in the front, another redstone comparator behind, and 3 redstone dust all the way around. then place a temporary block right here, 3 solid blocks in front, and remove the temporary block. And then you want to place redstone dust all the way until the end. Now just brew some potions of infestation and put them into the dispenser right here. The last thing that is essential before you can use the farm is to click once on this comparator, which makes it light up, and now we can already use the farm. To use the farm, make sure you're in the difficulty hard, and then what you want to do in order to activate it is to flick this lever at the top once, and this will activate the farm, and now you just have to activate the trident killer, and this will already start the farm and the generation of experience. As you can see, all the experience will flow out this way, and you can automatically collect it by just standing right here. Make sure to not get hit by the silverfish, and as you can see, these are insane amounts of silverfish and insane amounts of experience. Thanks to Blazed MC at this point for designing this farm. As you can see, we're already at level 30. When you find that enough silverfish spawned, you can also flick this lever at the top, which will deactivate the farm, and no more silverfish will spawn, so your game will not lag out. Next up, my favorite farm, which is the gold XP farm. In order to build this simple gold XP farm, the first thing you want to do is to place down a row out of 20 solid blocks. After you place your 20 blocks row, what you want to do is to put another layer of blocks on top of it. After you did this, you want to grab your obsidian blocks, and then you want to go ahead and just put another layer out of solid obsidian blocks on top. Now at both sides of this obsidian row, what you want to do is to stack up 22 blocks. This means currently we're at Y67, this is the middle coordinate, so we end up being at Y89. And this is right here, and you want to repeat this at the other side. Of course, you will have to do this with your specific coordinates, these might change. Once you did this at both sides, you can finish up your nether portal frame by just putting the top side on. Now that you got your nether portal frame, I want you to test the portal out. So what you want to do is to light up the portal, and if a zombie piglin already spawned, this is good, because we want to notice the side where they are spawning on. If they didn't, then you can simply just destroy one block of the portal frame, replace it, and then just do it again. Now that we know the side where the zombie piglins will always spawn, this side right here, we can place in some more blocks, 6 in this case, to place a wall. And you want to do the same thing at the other side, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks. Now you want to leave out this row of blocks, grab some glass and just place yourself a window in front that has the size 18 by 3. So put another layer on top and we have 3 layers of glass. Now you want to get into that gap where you left out the blocks, and then what you want to do is to go to one side, place a water bucket, and then you want to go to the opposite side and place another water bucket again, and this will leave out 2 blocks in the middle. If this is the case for you, you made everything correctly. Now, facing the portal frame, you want to dig down 20 blocks. Now we were at Y64, this means we have to go all the way down to Y44. Now what you want to do is to turn around, so away from the portal, and you want to go 2 blocks into this direction. Now dig out 2 more blocks underneath the drop hole that we created, and there you want to replace the blocks with some chests, and you want to place 2 hoppers on top. On top of both of these hoppers, you want to place 1 slab each, like this, and our killing chamber is finished. Now dig out blocks all the way to the top and place ladders continuously so you have a nice access to this killing spot. You should get out directly next to our window. Now you want to go behind the portal, and what you want to do is to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blocks right at the side of the nether portal frame. Then you want to go 2 blocks into this direction, turn around and go back and just connect everything to a rectangle. In the middle you should have 7 empty blocks, and this is where we want to place some observers. You want to leave out the first block and then place observers all the way to the end. All the arrows should be pointing that way. And at the other side you want to place 1 more observer but facing the other side. This will create a redstone clock, and we will use this to power the nether portal so ignite it every time it is destroyed. As the next step, you want to place 1 door right behind every observer, which accounts for 7 doors, and you want to surround them with some blocks. You want to leave open the blocks above the observers, and this is where you want to place the lava, and you want to place the lava at the exact middle block, and the lava should flow out to both ways and should cover all the observers. As you can see, our nether portal already lit up. For now, you want to remove one block of the nether portal frame again, and what you want to do as the next step is to place one block in this position behind the portal, then a dispenser on top of this block, which faces the portal, and you want to put a powder snow bucket inside. Now, a water bucket would technically work as well, but I recommend using a powder snow bucket. As next step, what you want to do is to place one temporal block right next to the dispenser and one observer facing that way. You want to remove the block, and you want to place one more observer facing the other way, and this should create a redstone clock for you, powering the dispenser on and off. Now, right underneath the observer, you want to place a block in this position, and then a sticky piston facing upwards. You want to place a lever at the side of the block, flick it once, power it another time, and this should pull back the observer, and it should stop the redstone clock from firing. At this point, you just have to replace the obsidian block, and your farm is ready to work. In order to start using the farm, what you have to do is to go to the back side and flick this lever. This will activate the farm, and now you just have to go down the ladders all the way down to your killing chamber. There you want to grab a sword, which should have the looting 3 enchantment, but it has no influence on the experience, and you can start killing all the zombie pigmen. Make sure not to get hit, so stand right at the end of our killing chamber, and all the experience will get to you fully automatically. If you want to have the highest rates, what you got to do is to go into your settings and set the difficulty to hard, and this will spawn the most zombie piglins for you. As you can see, zombie piglins spawn and drop down pretty quickly, and you will get all the experience fully automatically, and all the items will end up being in the chest or in your inventory. And lastly, the classic semi-AFK fish farm. In order to build this very easy AFK fish farm, the first thing you want to do is to remove 3 blocks in the floor. And then you want to make this hole 3 blocks deeper, so 1, 2 and 3. And you want to go ahead and place a double chest at one side of that hole. And then you want to grab a hopper and you want to place it in the remaining spot of the hole. Make sure it funnels directly into the large chest. Next, you want to grab some ladders and place 2 of them at these 2 positions above the double chest. Then you want to go up the ladders and you want to place a trapdoor right above the ladders. Then you want to go ahead and place a temporal block on top of your hopper with a rail and a minecart with hopper on top. Then you want to go ahead and just break the block so the minecart with hopper drops down. Now at the exact same block where you got the minecart with hopper, you want to take a sign and you want to place a sign in that position. Now you also want to place 2 solid blocks in these 2 positions, and this will allow us to place some lava in this location right here, 1 block underneath the surface, and the lava should not flow into our system. But as the next step, you want to place a chest right behind the lava in this exact position. You want to place trapdoors all the way around the chest, which should account for 5 trapdoors, so you want to place them in these 5 locations. And after doing this, you want to flick all of them. After you did this, grab a white banner or any other kind of banner that you want and place it in front of the chest so it drops down all the way to the lava. Lastly, grab your 2 water buckets and place them in this position and waterlock the chest, and also place a solid block on top of the chest with a slab at the side. This slab will prohibit us from falling into the lava. In order to perfectly use the farm, I recommend having a fishing rod with Luck of the Sea 3 and Lure 3. This will give you the most experience and the best loot at once. In order to use it, you want to stand right next to your slab and you want to click on the banner. Whenever you caught a fish, the fishing rod will automatically retract and will get the loot for you every time. So the farm is not fully AFK, but you will never lose any items because you got the perfect timing. All the experience will get to you automatically and all the loot will be in the double chest below. At this point, if this video helped you, please don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. This will help us both and you won't miss further content. And I hope we'll see us again in the next video. See ya!